Welcome back to my little series about manifesting a YouTube career and publicly doing all the shadow work that makes me incompatible with what I want. So I think the public validation chapter is closed. As far as I know, I might get a plot twist and you never know, man. But as far as I know right now, I'm okay with that. So now we're on to the chapter of my fears. And actually, this one was totally inspired from a dream I had where I posted something and I woke up and I woke up in my dream and there was like nothing but a bunch of hate comments. And then like, how psychologically disturbed do I have to be to dream about that? But anyways, it kind of made me realize that like I subconsciously hated when my videos would get like 100 views or like anything nearing more than that. Like, I would, every single time it happened, my, like, internal reaction was like, okay, that's enough, let's calm down. And that's kind of funny because, like, on the surface, I talked about, like, being frustrated that I didn't get what I want view-wise, but then subconsciously, I got exactly what I wanted. I wanted to be a little hidden mole digging underground, hiding in my hole. That sentence, never mind. But the point is, like, on a subconscious level, I was so scared to be seen because I didn't want to be received negatively and then spoken to negatively. Because literally, who wants that? And so the manifestation can't come through. If I say I want to be popular or famous, and then on a subconscious level, I sure don't. I don't think that's gonna be compatible. So I journaled because I was like, I don't want to feel like that. That's not helping me. So I made a little chart to see where I start feeling like anxious views-wise. So like 10 views, I was feeling safe. 50 views, I started to get anxious. And then by 100 views, I was just full-blown scared. And the core belief that kind of presented itself was that I am not likable. And that made me feel like the more exposure equals the more hate and lack of acceptance. And so that was scary for me. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that this is a part of me that I'm not very used to. Because usually when we talk, we're talking to someone else, and so our personality is kind of us plus who we're talking to, and that's very comfortable. But like when you're talking to a microphone, it's just you, and I'm not used to that. So it kind of leaves me a little bit more vulnerable to insecurity. But I think that everybody is so extremely lovable, and that includes me. I might not be extremely used to this part of me, but I still like her, and I still love her. And so why should I hide that from people who exist out there who are waiting to like her and love her too? Because if I have something to say, that means that energetically there are people who are waiting to listen. But also, if I have this feeling that I want to connect with people, that means there are people waiting to connect with me. There's nothing wrong with this part of me. There are people who are waiting to receive it exactly as it is. And if my worst fear came true and I landed on the wrong side of the algorithm and got nothing but hate comments, that is still okay because I will still feel exactly the same way about myself that I feel right now. I will still love this piece of me, I will still accept her, I will still like her. Because when someone expresses hate, they're expressing who they are, not who I am. It's an opportunity for me to reinforce who I am and who I'm not. If someone says I'm XYZ, I get to decide if I'm really X, Y, and Z. How exciting. And if I decide I'm none of all that, I can just be like, you know what, girl, I don't have purple hair. What are you talking about? You're telling me you hate my purple hair? I don't have purple hair. I am blonde. You silly goose. But also, like, what doesn't make sense is, like, the fact that getting a hate comment is supposed to feel embarrassing and personal. When it's not about you at all. Like, if someone was displeased with you, they could very much articulate that in a healthy and kind way. So the fact that they're choosing to do it in a cruel way shows that they're not feeling well. How am I supposed to feel embarrassed by that? That's your emotional state. And I think also kind of unpopular opinion, but empathizing with people kind of makes it better because it removes you from the situation. You're kind of like, well, this flower is presenting itself to me in this way, but there's so many roots that might be the cause of that. And I know it's coming from pain, so I'm just going to hope that you feel better. Because it's not about me. It's about someone else's pain. And when you humanize them and you empathize with them, it kind of removes that shame from you that they tried to put on you. You're like, no, this is yours. You please carry it. I feel like if I take ownership of your shame, I'm robbing you of the experience of healing yourself. Please carry your own things. And when you frame it that way, it's not so scary. It kind of like disarms them. Because really, the only thing that could happen if I post is I'm met with overwhelming love, or I'm met with people who need overwhelming love. And that's not so scary. And the kindest thing I could possibly do for everyone is to be myself. Because that's what makes me feel good. That's what makes people who are waiting to receive me feel good. And for people who will be triggered by who I am, that exposes a part of them that needs love. And so it's still a good thing for me to be myself regardless of how it's received. There's love in every part of the equation. I give love, I receive love, and I create the opportunity of self-love for people who need it. So no matter how I'm received, it doesn't feel so scary anymore. 'Cause hey, I don't have purple hair, and there's a lot of people who will see me for the blonde hair that I do have. But yeah, that's it for today, and gonna send you good vibes as always. Alright. Love you. Bye.